Welcome to the On Game Show. I appreciate you guys being here and tuning back in, like always. If you're new here, we're going to go around and introduce ourselves. This is Cam.
I'm Sly.
I'm also Cam Rogers.
I'm Cam.
It's my dad, Ryan Rogers. He's a shithead.
AKA Cam's dad.
Yep. This is his second appearance. Yep.
Third part.
Glad to have you back.
Dude, you were a fucking hit, man. You were a hit. Did you see the view count on that?
Last I saw it was over 200, so it was cool. But
for us, that's
no, yeah. Well, the reason
It's a banger.
it's the same.
It's a banger.
It's the same reason I was telling him. You guys are quiet. You need to get out there and let everybody know. Because all I did was just like give our boys in Ohio a shout because they loved it. All the guys from Bristol loved it. Guys in the neighborhood that didn't even know we had a podcast were like, no way. I had guys call me last week and they were like, what is the name of the podcast? And this is what was that, December?
Yeah.
So you're talking 4 or 5 months ago?
What episode was that? 19?
Yeah, because I was one off
20. Right now we're filming episode 29.
Okay.
Or it's 30. This is episode 30.
Is it really?
Yeah, because 29 is last week's. So this is episode 30.
That is crazy.
30 weeks,
So that's been almost, like 11
30,
episodes.
30.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Don't spill your beer.
I don't have anything.
You're also
I'm
drinking.
going to get rid of this.
Yeah, we know.
Don't want to repeat it last time.
They no, but it's just giving people the heads up, and then I tell everybody. I don't care if you listen to 5 minutes, give them a follow. So
Yeah.
I saw the follow break 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And even our audience, we have like a funny saying that like we don't do this for you. Like
Yeah.
we do this just for fun. But
Well,
I mean,
Everybody that we know that understood, I got the same response every time, and it's kind of out of context, but we'll bring it into context. Everyone was like, it's like I was watching a filmed episode of Bristol. And what that means is we go up to Bristol, Tennessee once a year. We sit around a card table and we play cards. We drink, we eat like kings, we go shoot little guns without the drinking, and then and then there's 3 races that happen to get in the way after the 10 days we're there. So people don't understand. They're like, you go sit in a field for 10 days. I'm like, absolutely. And do what? Nothing.
literally,
people, you don't turn your phones off. If they call, there's nothing I can do for them. We're 1,200 miles away.
Right.
in the middle of a field.
In the middle of the field, waiting for the shower house to open. And it's like, it's glorious. But it's 24/7. You have to be on guard because of this right here.
Yeah.
You fuck up a minute, we're on it. You fuck up a word, we're on it. And guess what? We went 3 hours last time? 3 hours?
3.5.
3.5 hours?
Yeah.
How many times was there an ice reference? How many times did we throw back to you busting your beer out 10 minutes in? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is Bristol. So if anybody watches that, that is what we do for 10 days.
Yeah.
And it's great. And I know this was like last minute deal and whatnot, but the fact that I was welcome back, I appreciate it. I had so much fun the
Well, you
first time.
fucked up our studio as soon as you walked in. You brought a fucking
I wish we got that on
shake-up
video.
Sprite and shot it everywhere.
I wish we got that on
I was
video.
popping champagne.
I was that excited. I felt like I was on the podium. Okay, I was like, look at it and do what I really want to do. But they, no, I mean, what you guys got going is a great deal, and it's getting traction. Absolutely love it, and I won't shut up about it. And
Thank you.
It's almost narcissistic when you tell people, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's not, hey, watch me on the podcast. It's, hey, my son and his boys have a fucking podcast. Actually, I have to correct myself. Sly has a podcast. We made that perfectly clear the first time. It's the OGs.
Yeah.
No, that was probably my favorite segment.
Yeah.
Because bless your heart.
If you haven't checked it out, go watch it.
You were
We'll put
trying
in
to
the
get it
description.
out, man.
Yeah.
Simple question, and it took 15 minutes to get back to the point where you're like, "Can I talk on my own podcast?" We're
Oh my
like,
God.
"Oh!"
How many times did we interrupt him, bro? I can't even remember, dude. I think we interrupted you I was counting when I edited it, and I think we interrupted you 8 times. 7
Yeah,
8
you
times.
know, it happens a lot on this show, but hey,
No,
I'm glad to be here.
Thanks a lot. And what are we playing?
I got a blind making.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you got that ready, let's go ahead and jump into that. And then
sounds
we can
You
jump
guys,
into one of the other 2 games after this. We'll kind of decide on that here in a
Slip of
second.
paper. We only got one pen because
We don't prepare for shit.
Because the budget is fucking low. Guys, if you could help, donations would help us get a new stack of pins.
Yeah.
So the meat guy didn't come through, huh?
No.
We really hyped that up. Too.
Yeah.
He got a.
Did we ever send him that? Do we still have contact with that guy?
I have contact. I have the email.
We gave this man a shout out and everything. We haven't even reached out to him. Dude, we could segment, or we could take that segment of that video and send it to him.
Absolutely.
That's
That was the
what
plan.
That was
You
the
know.
plan, yeah.
You can see how prepared we are, guys. Yeah. We'll do it. We'll get around to it. We need to have a meeting. We'll get around to it.
So sponsorship number 1.
Label 1 through 5.
1 through 5.
What's the topic?
All right, guys. Blind rankings. 90s and 80s rock bands.
Okay.
Oh, so he's catering to you. Okay.
Obviously. Pandering.
Well, I was going to do this one a couple weeks ago, but...
Well, I'm not sure if you know the rock band said.
Yeah, okay, so
Well,
hang on.
it's very...
Do I get to write them down? Or you're gonna
He's gonna write.
I'm gonna list them off. And
Oh,
you
we're going off
place.
your 80s and 90s?
Yeah,
DeVoe. No!
it's just very random. It's very random.
By all means,
Boys to men. No!
look. By all means, after he's done, if you wanna, we can swap, and you could be the one to make the list. If you want to do a list right after him,
Oh.
it can go to anybody afterwards.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
for this round, he's gonna list them all.
I like this game.
Let's start out.
So I hope they're fucking good. Let's see.
All right, guys, y'all ready?
Alright, so put Sly at the top. This is Sly's round.
All right, guys. Number 1, Pearl Jam.
God damn it. Who's got the pen?
See,
You do.
going without knowing your
I know
knowledge, that's probably the best band that he's gonna list.
That's why it's
Okay.
tough. You can't let anybody know what yours is.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see about that.
Oh, I hate this game already.
And there's, hundreds of rock bands, right?
Yeah, trust me. He got us with a couple loopholes last time with saving the best for last. So
Yeah.
just know that he is prone to doing that. Okay. No.
But it's so subjective too, because like.
I don't even write them down in the order that I.
Oh, you saying randomly?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, you ready? Number 2, Guns N' Roses.
Don't look at my fucking
I'm not.
list.
I'm not. I just have a feeling it's way up there for you.
And what's wrong with that?
You're in the jungle, baby.
Come on now.
Welcome to the
Classics, bro. You hear that shit when you go into fucking stores all the time, man? That is like never gonna die music, man.
Sure, man.
Okay, sure. What the fuck is up with the Guns N' Roses hate? You got something against Guns N'
I
Roses?
really don't. I
You
actually,
think they're too basic? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I do.
Does basic classify good music or not?
I mean, for a bunch of heroin addicts, they're pretty fucking good.
Pretty fucking good.
And that's actually an 87
The
band, so
only
it's in the heart of it. It's pre-grunge, but post-hair. So go ahead.
time I liked Guns N' Roses
Yeah.
was Guitar Hero. I
So
love
you
playing it.
you never roll in the car listening to Guns N' Roses?
Not really. No.
Wow.
There's a lot of great options out there.
Okay.
Okay, in his defense, that's going to be something he would have heard through me.
Right.
And I was in high school in 87. So I destroyed Guns N' Roses to the point where you almost don't want to hear
I
them
want to
anymore.
listen to them.
So
Well-
like Use Your Illusion 1 and 2.
Mhm.
Appetite was absolutely the best album that came out in the late 80s, like by far. It was different, it was awesome, it was raw. Appetite for Destruction was amazing. We killed it. But then they tried to get real artsy with Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. Well, go ahead, sorry.
No, yeah.
Use Your Illusion was
You're
You're acting
teaching
like
us.
we're on a podcast, bro.
You're teaching. I love when you do this. That you teach me stuff that I don't know.
All right, so Use Your Illusion, the big difference was that one, they were halfway clean and they were going for something epic, so Axl actually focused. And two, they got rid of Steven Adler, which was the drummer that you see on Celebrity Rehab or whatever, that has no teeth, he's all fucked up, had stroke, he did so many drugs.
Wow.
And they got the drummer Matt from The Cult. So Matt Soren, I think his name is. Anyway, Matt played drums and it had a whole nother feel. So it was less garage band and more epic. So that's probably what I played more around him, and then he wouldn't even know that was Guns N' Roses.
So yeah, well, my
Maybe.
dad, again, that would be where I got it from as
Mhm.
well. Was my dad,
Mhm.
and
But he probably
but
was he AC/DC guy?
yeah, but he was I mean, his
Because Guns N' Roses is the AC/DC of the 80s.
yeah, like his catalog. I don't know all of the music that he like. Sometimes he played music that I didn't even know the band, but I knew Guns N' Roses because that was
Yeah, for sure.
one of his top bands. And no,
I'm not
Sweet
saying
Sweet
I
Child
don't
O'
like
Mine.
Guns N' Roses.
Sweet
I'm just
Child O'
saying.
Mine. Every time
Well,
I hear
that's
that fucking
Guitar
guitar
Hero.
come in, dude.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite songs of all time. Is Sweet Child O' Mine. That's like when I am having a good day. That's one of my like go-to songs.
That explains a lot. Go ahead.
If you guys didn't see the first time we were on here, I'm gonna get shit on this entire episode.
Number 3, Metallica.
I feel like I'm gonna be very judged by the end of this. It's all right. I don't give a. I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
So is
for
this
it.
personal, what you would listen to on your own, or what I actually think the most amazing rock band is?
Where you would
No,
put 'em.
these
what
five.
would you place these 5? You know,
It can be. It can be
Listening or impact?
See, that's what I'm. It can be. No,
Okay.
it's specific to you. So
yeah.
But your list is forever.
Who are you
whatever you're-
You're stuck with it.
who do you listen to first? Who do you put above? Like, are you going Metallica over Guns N'
Because
Roses?
Metallica had a bigger impact than Pearl Jam did, and Pearl Jam was huge.
Mm.
But I would listen to Pearl Jam because of where I was in '91 versus where I was.
So you might put them higher because of that. It's all to your own.
I'm gonna fuck myself. 'Cause my number one is
Experience.
gonna be like fucking Mbop, the Hanson twins, or some shit.
Yeah.
I know it. Because
Do you have that one on there?
I'm saving my number one. There's a dog in this. You're a dick. I know what you're doing. There's a dog. God, I'm screwed.
No, man, it's just that. You know.
All right, let's get it number 4.
All right, guys. Number 4, Nirvana.
Okay. All right.
All right, I'm going with Impact.
Okay.
I'm going with Impact, and I can defend this to death.
I don't know why I keep closing it. My bad. All right. What's so funny?
His last fucking band. That's what he's laughing at. I already know it.
All right.
Oh, God.
Milli Vanilli. God damn it. I know it. Here it
all right,
comes.
guys,
It's vanilla.
number
Ice.
5, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, they don't believe it.
My list worked out fucking perfect.
For a
Perfect.
Neanderthal. Fucking baboon.
What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you?
I'm glad we have another Holland hater here.
Yeah. It honestly balances out. You know, usually, like, if he's not here, I'm usually the one talking shit, and it kind of.
It's called humbling.
I was gonna say puts me in my place, but that sounded a little. Yeah.
It's a little sus.
Yeah, it's a little sus.
That's for the private
Do
collection.
you know what that means? Have you heard sus? Is that like too old for you or no?
Okay.
Or too young for you or no?
Wow.
Sus.
Is sus in your vocabulary or no?
I have an 18-year-old girl who lives in my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like he would say sus more than she would. It's more
No.
like a.
He didn't,
Really?
He didn't really use sus.
Mm-mm.
Sus came out with The Usual Suspect, what the hell was that video game that everybody played?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get roasted. bro.
Among Us.
Among
Among
Us.
Us.
Yeah,
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 the fungus
yeah.
Among Us, yeah. So that's where the sus came from.
All right, everybody's got all 5 written down.
All right.
You're number 5.
My number 5, Pearl Jam.
Figured.
I don't really listen to Pearl Jam. You guys can say what you want. Number 5.
5 for me is Metallica.
Oof. Ouch.
It's rough, but warranted.
Okay.
My 5 is Guns N' Roses.
Mm.
5.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a pretty split
for the
list
reasons
here.
we already stated.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would expect yours to be different from mine, and maybe even his, because
Well, we had
we listen from the younger.
Yeah, I can tell you where I was the first time I heard all of these albums after we bought the tape, cassette tape, all of these, except all of them, cassette tape. So
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses, I was in a white Toyota Corolla with Amir DeBerry, who's a bassist that still plays. I remember it like yesterday, sitting in Chamberlain parking lot, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Because it opened with "Welcome to the Jungle."
Yeah.
So there you go.
Nice.
All right,
Beautiful, dude.
I'm telling you.
So that was everybody's number 5. Number 4,
Number 4.
Nirvana.
Oof.
That's
Number
tough.
4. I put Nirvana at number 4 just because I'm just gonna
You're an
be
idiot.
gonna be blatant honest. I listened to Nirvana. Pearl Jam, I haven't checked out the music like that. I've never really got into them. Nirvana, I tried very hard to get into, but I really only liked like Heart-Shaped Box. They're real basic ones. I really did not vibe with Nirvana's music.
Off
that
of In
much.
Utero, their absolute worst album, but okay.
Well,
So
if
you're,
you
you're
can
judging
look,
an entire band's career off of the
but
worst
it's for my
album.
personal.
Settle
It's for my
down,
personal.
settle
you know
down.
what
We're
I'm
only at 4.
I'm just saying I can't put them at number one if I only know. If I put them at number one and you're like, what's the best song?
Great
It
game,
wouldn't work.
Sly. All right, Cam, what's your number 4?
Guns N' Roses.
That's legit
And your number 5 was Metallica.
because
Okay.
it doesn't and that's never been. Okay.
That's just not my vibe.
Absolutely, I got you.
Then my number 4 is Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
Maybe a little low, but with the 3 ahead of them, I'm going to stand behind the number 4.
Word.
They're very talented. They are groundbreaking. They're a little controversial. They're fun to see in concert.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But radio play killed them.
Mm.
Just every second.
Told
In
you.
fact,
Just like Sway Lee.
what? I mean, it's no Michael Jackson, but they. So Red Hot Chili Peppers did make me. It broke me in basic training because Under the Bridge came out
Mm.
in '92, and our TI left the radio on, and they were like, "Brandy, you can barely hear it." And they're like, "Brandy, some music from Red Hot Chili Peppers," and they played that song, and it hit so hard for where you were at that point in time, laying
Yeah.
in the dark with 47 other dudes, away from home, head shaved. and
Never
just-
heard that story.
Yeah, so Under the Bridge means a lot to me, and seeing them in concert with Snoop was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
You know,
awesome.
That was a cool thing. But okay, go ahead.
Weird mashup, but
Number
okay.
3.
Cool.
Oh, I know. At the CenturyLink,
That's crazy.
Nice. Okay, number
it was awesome.
Number 3 for me is going to be Red Hot Chili Peppers. Really, all I can say about that, I love their music. They're not above my first 2 just because I don't have as much music from them. That's the only reason. But I do love my Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Red Hot guys, whatever they're called.
3 for me is Pearl Jam.
Okay.
Pearl Jam.
Good for you
Pearl
as
Jam,
well,
yeah.
Pearl Jam. Okay.
Pearl Jam was groundbreaking when it came out. It was awesome
Mhm.
because you're like, what is this? But you already experienced Nirvana, so you were kind of ready for anything. And you have to understand Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger, the album, and then there was another huge one, but they all came out. Oh, Alice in Chains, Facelift, all came out within 3 months of each other. So you talk about being alive at the right time. You're just like one smack to the face, another smack to the face, and you're coming off of damn.
A huge
Hair
high
bands.
of them, yeah.
I mean, it was all hair bands back then. Motley Crue guys look like girls. Go ahead.
And
Everybody, Brittany Fox, Cinderella.
funny how life is cyclical.
Yeah. I paid thousands of dollars over my time to go see all these guys that are now being ostracized. But anyway,
The Pearl Jam for me is one of what you were talking about with Guns N' Roses, where I can if I'm chilling in a car, sunroof open, you put on Pearl Jam, man, it's a vibe.
Pearl Jam
Okay.
10.
Yes,
That's
Correct.
it.
Yeah.
The rest of it. Can go.
correct.
Okay, can I ask you before we move on to number 2? Can I ask you specifically how would you describe Pearl Jam to me, their music wise, in this list? Because if you
all right, so
Go ahead.
Pearl Jam on the list out of these.
I'm
people
saying,
or in
like-
general, like you've never heard them before, and I'm going to explain to you what you're about to hear.
yeah, like is it kind of like is it grunge rock? Is
Oh,
it
it's 100% grunge. So
Okay.
when the grunge thing started to happen, Seattle was the joint. That's where everybody went. That's where
Okay.
everybody came out of. And I
Yeah.
think we had this conversation
Yeah.
before.
Oh,
that
last
the
one,
biggest,
yeah.
right? So Pearl Jam and Soundgarden came out of a band called Mother Love Bone.
Mm-hmm.
Mother Love Bone was the band in Seattle that started all of the buzz. So Andrew Wood, I think his name was, the lead singer for Mother Love Bone, they signed their contract, partied their ass off, OD'd. I mean, like before his shit was over before it got started.
Okay.
And so you've ever heard Temple of the Dog, Hunger Strike, that song? Okay, well, Temple of the Dog is Chris Cornell from Soundgarden, who we've lost. Peace. And then Lane
We're
State.
respectful.
Yeah. And then
I went out for him.
Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam got back together and did this tribute to Mother Love Bone. And Temple of the Dog, the name of the band, is one of the Mother Love Bone songs. So that's how that all started.
Okay.
So all this buzz started. So that one band that created a lot of buzz, boom, suddenly it's 3 bands. because they weren't a band anymore. So
Right.
you pull Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, and Pearl Jam. That's the genesis of them. So it's kind of cool when you go back and think about that. But Pearl Jam was original. He's lyrical. I love 10. It was the best debut album I think that anybody's ever put together and put out as far as a collection of songs. Every song was good.
Banger, whole album.
Yeah, the entire album all the way through. It holds up pretty well. Obviously not to guys like you. But I mean, for real, it really holds up well. And like a lot of other bands, their next couple albums were kind of shit. But you know, if you're a Pearl Jam fan, you're a Pearl Jam fan, so you defend it. It's kind of like Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins.
That was actually going to be the next.
Okay,
band I was
Gish,
gonna put up.
awesome album. Siamese Dream and all this other stuff came out later. Like, okay, maybe not. But
Few songs out of them.
here's the thing with them, and it goes along with Dylan, and we've had this conversation. If I paid $5 to go down here to the Remington Garage, and I walked in and Smashing Pumpkins was on stage, I would turn right around and go ask for my $5 back and leave. Because when you really think about how he sounds, it's horrible. Billy Corgan cannot sing. But because you accept that it's Smashing Pumpkins, you're like, hell yes, this song rocks.
Was that the guy, or is this the band that sung Today?
Yep.
The song Today?
Mhm.
Today's
Yeah.
gotta be.
You sound better. No, that's
Don't give me that much credit.
wrong song.
Don't give me that much credit.
No, Today that you're thinking of Oasis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Today is the greatest
I'm
day
trying to-
I've ever known. That fucking.
I had a song by Smashing Pumpkins, but I can't remember what it is.
It was Today, but you're singing the wrong one.
There's
So,
another.
so there's probably the one you're talking about. I probably don't know.
What's your two?
My number 2, Metallica.
Metallica.
Number 2 for me. My dad was
Metallica?
heavy into hard rock. That was
Metallica for you?
Metallica was
No, he
five
already-
for me.
yeah.
Oh, fuck.
five.
Okay.
Yeah.
Metallica, just hard rock. That I think my dad mainly liked hard rock, and I think that was kind of where I got maybe my taste for it. So I have a lot more songs from Metallica than any of the 3 that came before that.
Best album. Stay Black, and I Come Across This Table.
Well, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah.
Okay. So that's fine. That's fair for your age.
It's
that's
great,
nice.
man. It's great.
Yeah, but
Like,
you go deep into like Rise of Lightning. That's like skater time for me. That's like shaved head. Let's hit some pipe and just roll. Not hit
Yeah.
pipe, but
two different times.
Yeah,
you know, some
absolutely.
different times.
once again, they're getting guys that are actually 18 to buy you the album. And they sell it to you for twice as much because that's when Al Gore and all them came out with the explicit lyrics. So you had to be 17 to buy that album.
Oh, gotcha.
So you're like paying people
Yeah,
to get it,
to
and
get
they'll
it
go
free.
buy the album, keep the tape, and make you a tape.
Mm.
So I paid
Ah.
twice as much for a copy, and you're like,
Right,
this is
yeah.
not
shit.
even original.
But you're a kid this big around. You're like, thank you.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. It's kind of like paying somebody to go get you beer, and they bring you back, Milwaukee's best.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Chili Peppers, second for me. And I remember distinctly blasting through some Chili Peppers on a NASCAR computer that I had. I had a computer set up that had NASCAR written across it.
Oh yeah,
With
yeah.
checkers and all that, and they had checkerboard speakers. And I remember doing spelling pyramids and blasting under the bridge. And yeah, I mean, Chili Peppers is always
Sounds like a good fucking time, bro.
yeah.
Sounds like a
banger.
good time to me.
Yeah.
And footnote to that, me and his mom would sit downstairs. We did this the whole time he lived at home, and you'd hear the music coming from upstairs, and we just look at each other like,
Yeah.
we did good.
Every time that, of course, it's the music that you'd be like, but when I pull up listening to like Metallica or
I'm
Guns N' Roses stuff,
no.
my dad's always like, I knew I raised you right, son. He loves.
Did your
whatever-
dad own a Harley?
Was it a Harley? He did own a motorcycle. I don't know if it was. I can't remember what it was. It probably was though. Yeah, he was a cruiser type of guy for sure. He was never like a sports bike type of guy. Cruiser.
Seems like a Harley guy.
Yeah. Well, did you meet my dad yet? Or no?
Mm-mm, no.
Oh, fuck. We
You,
gotta meet him.
you guys are in a lot of trouble because the last time we spoke, all the dads were supposed to be on.
It's not Father's Day yet.
I know, but
We're
I'm on
s-
twice. That's
True.
Yeah, I guess I could have hit my dad up. Sorry,
Sorry,
Dad.
Sorry,
You'd have been pretty cool to talk to as well, but
Metallica would have been number one.
shout out to you, Dad. Yeah. Good music taste.
All right, what's your number one?
What was your number
What was
two?
your number 2?
It was Metallica as well.
Okay.
Okay, beautiful. All right. All right. A little common ground. A little common ground.
That is extremely surprising for me.
I didn't know what was coming.
That's extremely
Wait,
surprising.
so just would you keep it where it's at if you could rearrange this list right now?
Well, let's talk about that after.
Okay.
Let's talk about that after. What's your number one?
Good thinking. The only one I haven't said, Guns N' Roses. That's number one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys make me not want to say much about it, but you know, it's
No, Guns N' Roses is great, man.
I have the most music out of this catalog from Guns N' Roses.
Favorite Guns N' Roses song? You're gonna say "Sweet Child of Mine."
You can't kill the fucking guitar, bro. You just did that. It's the intro to that song just makes me feel alive. I love
Patience,
it.
Civil War.
Patience is awesome. I have both of those songs. They're very good. I in fact, Patience for like more slow paced. I love it. You know, that's a whole different vibe from Sweet Child of Mine. Sweet Child of Mine is top down.
Albums. See, I can't fight with y'all. You don't know albums.
I don't. I know like Use Your or whatever it is,
Yeah,
Illusion.
Use Your
I know
one
there
and
was
two,
two of them,
right.
and then
Blue
and then
Orange.
what's the? I think it's a greatest hits album. It's a cross.
That's Appetite for Destruction. It's
Okay,
their first album.
okay.
Right.
I thought it was greatest hits because it has so many babies on it. But
It's right behind Pearl Jam 10. But I mean that the short 4 years between them is decades in music because what happened in those 4 years. So when Appetite came out, you're just like, oh my God, there'll never be anything better. And then
you didn't know what was coming.
Facelift comes out
Yeah.
from Alice in Chains. You're like, oh Christ, there's nothing that can change this. And then, you know, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Then you've got Pearl Jam 10, and it's just like that's why I said that 4 months was the greatest time to be alive, listening to new music, and back when you bought albums.
Absolutely. Well, my dad would sit here and argue with that for you because he's always telling me there will never be music like the 80s. And his is 80s, specifically 80s classic rock is his brand.
So he probably shit on Pearl Jam. He probably shit on Nirvana.
Yeah.
Because that's
how old are you again?
52.
So my dad is 59.
Yeah.
So there's not really a big. I mean, what? That's 7 years.
Carry the one.
Fuck me. What's next? What's next? God damn it.
Number
Guns N'
one,
Roses.
Nirvana.
Nirvana.
I have
Really?
by a landslide.
Really?
By a landslide.
So do you have a lot of Nirvana music in your playlist?
Yes, I do.
Would you say more than any of the rest of the list?
You probably got more Red Hot.
Yeah, there's Red Hot Chili Peppers a lot in there.
But the catalog.
There is Pearl Jam, but Nirvana, man, I mean...
The ones that hit just hit?
I mean, Key just didn't blow his head off either. I mean, I'm being
Cut!
honestly,
Sewer Slide.
Anthony Kiedis is still alive, and they've been putting music out since what? I mean, look it up. I don't know when Blood Sugar Magic come out. 84?
You were the one that was alive. You tell us.
Yeah, but I wasn't in the Red Hot Chili Peppers then.
Okay.
So it's like I'm saying, but it was 84 probably, and he's still recording and still out there doing it.
Currently?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And Nirvana came out in 91.
They're still touring.
Yeah. Nirvana came out in 91,
82.
and in 93 he's dead.
82 is when Red Hot Chili Peppers came out.
82?
Yeah.
Okay. I was close. So you're looking at Nirvana in 2 years of living that from people that knew each other, still having this impact. And it's unmatched.
You still see Nirvana t-shirts
Fucking everywhere.
everywhere, bro. Like,
So
Most people that wear those t-shirts, by the way, do not fucking know any Nirvana either. Like, I don't know Nirvana, but I know most people that wear a Nirvana t-shirt, when I ask them anything about Nirvana, they're usually like, I just bought it because it looked cool. Because their shirts do look cool.
So
Awesome.
when Bleach came out, nobody gave a shit. But when Nevermind came out, because of Smells Like Teen Spirit, you've never heard nothing like it. I was in a gold Scirocco, and they were milkshaking. So you're
what does that
sitting.
mean?
When you roll up the
Milkshake brings
windows,
out-
no, you blow a fatty with the windows up. So and it was
Hotboxing?
Yeah, hotboxing.
Put it in newer terms.
Milkshaking.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
That's actually a really
I
good
can see
name now
that.
that
Yeah.
It was a milkshake because no matter where
Why
you
did we
are,
dumb it down? I kind of like that better.
I do.
You want a milkshake, bro?
hotboxing it's something totally different.
Yeah.
2 guys did it. but you had to be
Hotboxing sounds
uncircumcised.
like...
So anyway,
Oh, okay. Did you
totally
want
made that up.
to elaborate?
Not at all. I think the cool kids now call it schnoodling. But no, but no, Nirvana
It's called bukkake.
rusty trombone. Nirvana.
It's a couple different names.
So Nirvana. It fell in the right place. I mean, out of that list, I think Metallica had a bigger impact over a longer period of time, but the actual difference that Nirvana made, you kind of have to roll with that. So I think it felt right.
I think I would have changed Pearl Jam and Guns N' Roses. I think I would have put Guns N' Roses at 3 and Pearl Jam at 4. But other than that,
But see, this is like asking someone what's your favorite song of all time.
yeah, that's
You've got
that's
100
impossible.
questions.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not being difficult, but I mean, Metallica, longevity and fan base and sales. I mean, look how many albums they have.
Mhm.
It's amazing. And every one comes out like they just, weren't half dead. I mean, they're older than me, bro.
Well, that's you, and you would have agreed on the last one. He was like, "Dude, shut the fuck up," because I kept complaining. I was like, "Dude, it's just so many factors to this."
Yeah.
I'm like, I just
Yeah, I
And
mean,
we were doing cartoons.
yeah.
Guns N' Roses, Metallica, and Nirvana probably had the most impact on music. Pearl Jam, most commercial impact, and Red Hot Chili Peppers goes with Metallica as far as longevity. They've reinvented themselves 100 times. They beat 100 addictions. They've lost and gained different guitars and never lost their way.
Beautiful.
So, all right, cool. Good list.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing the old guy on.
I owe you a lot of credit. I
Yeah.
really thought you were going like all radio bands. I'm like, oh.
No, this was a good list.
Yeah, that was a
great
solid
list.
list.
Thank you.
Did you want to follow him up with one? Did you want to make a list of your own, or did you?
Just
You think that was good? You think you did pretty good?
After the conversation we just had, my
You did pretty
band's
good?
going to be so obscure. I mean, honestly.
You don't
Probably
have
ones
to-
that we've never
you
heard
don't
of.
have to do any
Stick
list.
to that. Yeah, you can
Anything.
do 80s TV shows. or
What's your
movies or
favorite
something like
food?
that.
What's
Like,
your
you can-
favorite food? What's your
Yeah.
shit like that? That sounds stupid, but
I can't.
don't do that. but-
favorite sleeping position?
Yeah.
I'm a side sleeper.
I'm a starfish. No, you're good.
No, that was awesome. You killed
Beautiful. I was just saying that because I knew you were talking about it earlier, but I think Sly did pretty
it.
good
I
with the
think,
list
I
as
think
well.
you nailed it.
Beautiful.
And like I said, it's like the arguments I would have for like Soundgarden. You know, I mean, probably Black Hole Sun, and that's it. Like, Rusty Cages would escape you. Jesus Christ Pose would escape you. And then you go alternative stuff like Thrill Kill Call. I mean, it would just get too in the weeds.
Yeah, I'm so glad you didn't put Alice in the Chains on there because I would have sounded stupid.
Me too,
saying,
'cause that's
Man in the
not-
Box is my favorite
Because
song.
it's not a band. Alice in the Chains is not such a thing. So,
What?
Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains. Alice in the Chains.
Alice in the Chains,
Okay.
yo.
Little Bo the Peep.
Alice in Chains, whatever. Alice in the
That would be a
Chains.
good rapper name.
Again.
Little Bo and the Peep.
No, Lil Bo. Lil Bo. It's
Lil
Pete.
Bo.
The Peep.
What
No,
was the
I-
rapper name that you said that you were gonna do that I thought was pretty hard?
What, Zebra?
Louis Baby.
Louis
Louis
Baby.
Baby, yeah,
That shit's hard. Yeah, I like that.
No.
Yeah.
Still up for grabs if anybody wants to be Louis Baby. You gotta be from Louisiana. If you're not from Louisiana or St. Louis, don't do it.
Yeah.
St. Louis is about as far as you can go with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about Kentucky?
Well, I was saying,
Louisville.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, you
Louis
could
Baby,
do that. Yeah.
Louisville Slugger. You think that's from St. Louis?
okay. That's
I
fine.
actually never thought about it.
I never
I
thought
didn't
about it either.
think-
But
yeah.
that
I
makes
didn't think
sense.
about
All
it.
right, next list. Best cities.
Yeah, we are.
Chicago.
We're about
Never
to get
been there,
so
never
shit
been there, never been there. Texas, yes.
Mansfield. Yes.
It's-
All right, bet.
So we got another list. You passing it, or are we gonna go to something else?
Yeah, that's up to you. That was 30 minutes. So if you guys want to, that's 30 minutes on the dot.
I think if nobody else has another idea for a list, let's jump into, did y'all want to do Buzz Battle or do y'all want to do a Never Have I Ever?
Which would you prefer?
I don't know what either one is.
Never have I ever done this, and then we all talk about it. It could be some crazy shit, and you tell us a crazy story. Buzz Battle is just getting fucked up because you don't, like, it'll say if you have a watch on right now, drink. It's more of like a getting fucked up game. So if we're trying to leave here a little more sober, probably like a Never Have I Ever
All
type
right.
of vibe.
Last time that we got deep into the bottle, you had to put it in 2 parts because it was 3 hours. And whatever.
That is true. But what time is it right now? Let's see. 6, 7, 8.
8:30.
That's 8:30. My watch.
That's 8.
You know the,
Oh, it is 8.
you know the time change, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I just fixed it today.
I had my 30 on the top. My bad.
What?
You have it upside down.
Yeah,
I got you.
set the time and it said 30.
You're not stupid. We got you. You're not. We don't think you're
Thank
stupid.
you. Yeah.
Your
I mean,
your
I have
sister said
until
she does not read analog watches.
look. So I have until about 9 o'clock. So we have a solid hour from right now.
All right, so let's roll. Do
So-
a never have I
You
ever.
want to do that one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
How do you do it?
We got some cards he's about to pull out,
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
and the way that we do, that's incoherent.
Oh my god! What
Never have I ever
fucking
played
idiot.
incoherent.
Never have I ever.
Guys, we can't read watches. We can't read boxes. We can't read or write at all. So
The On Game Show brought to you by the Reading Rainbow.
What are you doing?
so basically, so if you play this game like at a friend's house, like as a get together, you would just kind of make it up as you go. But these have pre-made cards. So what we do is we don't play it by any rules. You just kind of pull a card. If it's fucking stupid, toss it. If it's good, save it and read it. So like if he pulls one, you can go ahead and find one
We
that's
had
good
a
for
throwaway
you.
pile that we put right back in.
Yeah,
the box.
Put it right
I
back
remember
in there.
that. Yeah. We should have tossed them, but it's all right. We'll do that this time. Make a separate pile for the shit ones. And also for the ones we've already done. But there's a shit ton of cards. I mean, fuck, we could all have our own deck with this many. Fuck.
Yeah, facts.
And then just,
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna
Yeah.
pick the ones I want.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. We'll start with somebody. As you're waiting, you can go ahead and pull
Wow.
your card. Just, I know, I was like, all right.
You're so used to being
Had
dealer.
You just got it in you, man. Yeah, so just pick some good shit and then read it off to the
So what do you do? Like, all right, so let's do a try run. Crashed a wedding. Yes, I have. So what is that? What do I do?
So that one to me wouldn't be that good unless somebody just had a crazy story about crashing a wedding. But have you crashed a story? Like that would be if you have something good for that, throw it
Okay.
down.
No, I can't tell it. Go ahead.
Can't really? You can't tell it?
Not if I want to stay married. Okay.
Oof. Okay, let's put that.
Been a booty call.
Been a booty call.
Oh, I have been a booty call.
So would
Sure.
being the booty call mean that she hits you up?
Yeah.
Or he.
Either one for you. We are wearing pink right now.
Polar
bro.
upon-
Guys, we're just fucking started. It's the first card.
Salmon.
It's the first card.
Salmon.
They give you shit about it before you say no.
You look so good with my hair.
All right. Yes, I have been a booty call.
Okay.
In high school, it was actually I'm not saying names, but
Yeah.
There we go.
yeah,
Good start.
but he knows her, and
Okay.
yep, it was a friend of the girl that he knows, and
She called me first.
yeah, we didn't pick up, so
She had dirt. She had daddy issues.
yeah,
Okay.
been caught picking a wedge in public.
Dude, I got the same one.
He was reading yours.
I was
Okay.
Oh no!
All right, so let me go real quick. Let's see. Never have I ever called someone the wrong name during sex.
Oh,
Ooh, I've gotten close.
I covered it up.
You farted?
No, the name was very close. So
Oh.
I got the. I was like, what?
And then you just told her what you
I played
said.
so dumb. What'd you just call me? I was like, you know what I just.
Your name, yeah.
What do you mean? What I just called you?
Well, you were kind of set up from the jump of that. Fuck.
No, I fucked up.
I'm saying if they're close names, I mean, you know.
Well, yeah.
I haven't during sex, but I have in other situations.
That's better.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
better because it doesn't ruin the moment. that part's good. I don't.
I did have a girl tell me shut the door, which means I adore you in French, and I thought she was ready to throw down, so I moved her out of the way, and I went and I shut the door. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "You said shut the door. Talk about a fucking mood killer." I said shut the door. Like I know French. Do I even look? Anyone? So,
Never have I ever had a penis drawn on my forehead while I was sleeping.
Nah.
I gotta think back. Oh,
You gotta think back.
I gotta think back.
I know
dude.
you have, and I know I have. I definitely.
I'm guessing you
I think
drew on
have
him.
you seen this?
Yeah,
one?
I think you definitely
You just put a
drawn-
little slit right there, and it's done. I
Instead
mean,
of an avatar arrow, just a big ass fucking dick to the front of his head.
Venmo.
Oh my
Maybe
gosh,
one,
Taylor Swift.
Bought a concert ticket that ended up being a fake or invalid. My Venmo is currently negative $780 because of Taylor Swift.
Okay.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Never have I ever tracked someone down in person after being ghosted.
No,
No, me either.
it's never been that deep.
never been that deep, man.
No, not like that. That's,
So when
I've
we
never been ghosted
when we
on
pull our
purpose.
cards, should we pick one that we never have done?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think. I mean, if you feel like it's good and your dad's got a story, you could say it. But Never have I ever been responsible for a fist-sized or larger hole in the wall.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else.
That's what I was thinking too.
I was like, I'm drinking that one.
That's the only reason I read it. That's the only reason I read it. I did punch a hole in the wall before, and it was so fucking dramatic.
Cindy.
Dude.
Yeah.
Cindy likes to get ass punched.
Ass punch.
Yo, who's Cindy? I gotta
Okay, all right. I want to
No,
understand.
no.
Please don't send this to her.
Shout out to Zanesville. What's up?
Cindy.
Cindy.
But we
Is this a friend of y'all's or something?
No,
We-
Cindy. Go ahead.
Poor Cindy.
Go ahead,
yeah,
explain,
so-
please.
So another Bristol story.
Okay.
They have moonshine tents, right? Where they literally just let you get super fucked up. They deal with so many people all day that like you can go there and just take as many sample shots as you want. And you'll sit there and just talk with them the whole time drinking moonshine and you get fucked up. It's a staple. So obviously with a bunch of guys getting fucked up on moonshine, the bartenders who are not that hot anyway, they're not that sexy, they get hit on a bunch. There was a guy, we were rolling with the Ohio boys, and this guy was hitting on one of the bartenders.
Shout out to
really
Massey.
heavy. Sup, Massey? And the guy was like hitting on her so heavy and she was not into it. And he wrote down his number and was like, call me when you get off.
Yeah.
And she's like, sure.
And only
Rolls his head.
Massey would do this.
And Massey goes up and goes, and he's amazing. I love him, right?
Massey has lore.
He is a character, and it is hilarious. All right, the dude fell asleep at a Taco Bell and got a DW. All right, like
I think I've seen that episode of Cops. I think I've seen that.
So Massey makes statements like, I can get my girl to do anything. And we're like, get us an asshole pic. And within 30
and he
seconds,
does,
Yeah.
and he does, bro.
this is Massey.
Yes, and
He's
and
a legend.
and he brings the most fucked
Shout out
up.
Massey, bro.
Yeah, Massey is awesome. We love you, bro. So anyway, Massey goes up to this lady and he goes, yeah, are you gonna do anything with that number? And she was like, no. He was like, can I have it? So he takes the number and starts texting the dude like he's the bartender.
Oh shit.
Right?
No, dude.
And bro, he's texting him all day. All day. I get off
He's
at
committed
7.
to it, yeah.
Yeah, like I get off at 7. Meet me here. All this stuff.
Yo.
And he brings it back to the camp. And
Mistake.
we're like, oh my God, everyone's gathered around. Tell him this, tell him that, all this stuff.
And I call him.
So, yes. So before that, we start texting just more and more wild shit. Like, I'm fucked up. I want you to do things to me that not even
Yeah.
my boyfriend does to me. All
Okay.
this stuff, right? And we're like, I like to be ass punched was one of them.
No, we told him, he's like, he called my number back. And he's like, yeah, hello? I was like, what's up? And he's like, is this Cindy? Does
That's
this
right.
sound like Cindy? And he's like, is Cindy there? I was like, yeah, she's here. She's busy. Okay. I was like, can I give her a message? Well, is she available to take a message? I said, yeah, she can talk. She's getting ass punched right now. And the boy, but we had to meet Cindy on the bridge that we could see from the site.
So we got him to meet at a place that we're on this hill. And we
Watching
can
from afar,
We
yeah.
can watch him.
But
walk.
Cindy actually is in this?
No.
Or no?
We don't know
You're
Cindy.
Cindy's made up.
Okay.
Well, not
She's
made up.
real.
She's real.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
the bartender.
We just
Right.
never met her.
But
She's
she's
made
not
up
part
with
of
the fact
it,
that
so
we-
we're sending him to a location where she's not at, but telling us, okay.
Yes.
The
we're-
worst-
a
the
bridge.
worst form of catfish.
Yeah, on a bridge at like
With
1
just
in the
a bunch
morning.
of guys like 400 meters away from you going,
Binoculars.
"Ah!"
She's getting ass punched.
Dude, it was so
It
funny.
was
So
great.
Cindy being ass punched is now like historic. So that's where I thought you were going. Have you ever made a fist side hole? I was like, Cindy.
Oh my God.
So I have this one that says, never have I ever shut my computer down at warp speed hoping the virus wouldn't take. And what I have to say about that is at a young age, I had a laptop in my room, and I was being a naughty boy. I was being a naughty boy on the laptop on some websites I shouldn't be on.
Grinder.
And Close enough. And no. Anyways, I'm gonna cut that out. God damn it.
No, you're not. Grinder. You're gonna have to grinder a bunch of cutting out, Grinder.
Fucker.
It's okay.
He said he was on Grinder.
Yeah, it's okay, Grinder.
This is gonna sound weird when it's edited.
So I was upstairs and then that's how a bill becomes a law.
Anyways, I'm using my computer. I'm on a website I shouldn't be on it. All of a sudden, Barack Obama takes over my computer, right? Just my whole fucking screen. It's Barack Obama, like a picture of Barack Obama.
Ass punching Michelle.
And it said words. I think it had lettering and stuff and was basically saying, like, it was a trick. Like, they basically hacked my computer and it was like a trick saying, like, you're doing illegal shit.
So
you could be
what site
arrested.
were you on?
A site that has explicit content. Let's just say
understand,
that. I don't remember
you've
which.
Never heard of YouPorn?
I
You
don't
never heard of
remember
Pornhub?
what specific site I was on at this age. I was going to whatever site I
So
could get
you were
to.
just
Boobies.com.
searching titties. Yeah, that's what I was
No,
saying.
this is back when, like, bro, I think there was one called fucking ApeTube, bro. Like, it was one. And it's not okay.
Bleep that one.
I got alcohol in my eye.
You guys wanted it. You guys wanted it. Anyways, fuck.
Dude,
Oh,
That's literally what it was called.
shit.
that's
Anyways,
so
That's
fucking hard for the
incredible.
course.
Like the
Fucking bad.
it's not what you think it is, though. Okay? It's not what you think it is. Whatever you may think it is. Anyways,
I know
So-
what I think it is.
I know what you think it is. So, anyways, fuck. Back to the script. So anyways, yeah, Barack Obama takes over my thing, tells me I'm doing illegal shit and all this. And I
was on ApeTube. It said Barack. It wasn't anybody else. Motherfucker said Barack. What is wrong with you?
coincidental, he was the president at the time.
Cars away.
yeah, bro.
Oh my god.
All right, that's the fucking story, dude. He just hacked. They hacked my computer, and it said Barack, and it had a picture of Barack, and it had a bunch of fucking legal terms, and I thought I was going to jail, and my mom had to come in and help, and luckily,
Help with what?
it was hacked. My computer was hacked,
Finish.
bro. My fucking.
Barack came up. I was losing it. My mom had to come in and help.
Fucking
God
shit,
damn.
dude.
Metallica was playing. I didn't know what else to do. Oh shit.
Anyways, that
No
story
wonder,
that story got blown out of fucking
No
proportion.
wonder you ain't
That's
Pearl
a
Jam.
crazy
Anyways, to wrap the story up on a
I think you just
non-climactic
need to
note,
stop.
we closed it out. The website was luckily closed once we got back into my computer, so my mom didn't know what I was looking at. That was the good part of it. But anyways,
She didn't see ApeTube.
she didn't see ApeTube.
See the lotion and the tissue paper next to you.
I think I was dry rubbing, bro. I think I was dry
Try
rubbing.
hobo jerk down.
Yeah.
Try it over, jerk down.
Never have I ever
Ah.
cooked bacon naked.
Hey, that you only do it once.
I'm
will
sorry, I'd say
only
you have to
go
be
with-
psycho. You have to be a
The
psycho.
Hey!
You're
It's
done. You sound like you're about to bomb an embassy.
go put on some fucking sweatpants.
And then if you put it in the oven, you're fucking bending over while
All right.
you're naked. Yeah.
I got one that's gonna generate a story, and I'll let my faithful running buddy run with it.
Been way. Okay. We have been too high, at way too many concerts for one. But there was one that lives in infamy. We were okay. So it started at the hotel. We smoked on the balcony, and when we went downstairs, we were waiting on an Uber.
Nope. We were walking, and you were convinced that.
Okay, yes. We were gonna walk. And there was a dude walking around, like talking to himself, kind of like pacing back and forth. And I was like, I'm not walking. I'm not doing it.
But he doesn't tell his dad he's not. I'm walking, talking to him the whole time. I see the dude who's not stalking anyone. And I'm like, what's up, man? I was like, not much. And I turn around, and Cameron's back in the glass lobby.
It's like
That's how it started. So I walk all the way back. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, hey, God, man.
He gave me a weird vibe, man.
I was like, calm down. We'll Uber. So we Uber to the concert. They drop us off at a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
I
It's
get
supposed to be a
out.
huge arena.
Yeah, we're going to see Muse. Like, the place is sold out. It holds whatever the hell the United Center holds
Yeah.
in Dallas.
yeah.
Okay.
18, 20,000 people. I get out, and as soon as the guy pulls away, I was like, he fucked us.
Yeah.
I was like, he fucked us.
Where are we?
I know, we had no idea. So thank God there was a giant marquee that said Muse tonight. And I was like, okay, it's over here. And we went.
It is weird that it's like the arena is in.
You have to walk
Like
by
a
a news
corridor.
studio.
It's
which
weird.
This had nothing to do with the drugs. It was just you walk by a
It's
glass
strange.
wall and they're broadcasting live news and you can stand outside and watch.
And be
It
on
was
the
just-
news.
And it's like, what the
Oh, because you're in the backdrop.
You're in the
of
background,
Yeah.
So it's crazy. So then we go to get in line. The first line we get in is the shortest, and it says GA floor only. We're neither. So I leave that line. It's come on, bud. And we get in the long line. This gentleman wearing a security shirt comes up and he goes, yo, man, you guys can go over here. And he literally moves us to that line. I was like, thanks. He said, no worries. Walks away.
We start talking among ourselves.
And I'm like, this is the wrong line. So we go back in the long line. Same guy comes back over and he goes, bro, you can go in. I was like, we're not GA. He goes, trust me, I've got you. And he puts us in the line and he stands with us for a minute and chaperones us. So the next sign under GA only said, warning, pyrotechnics and lasers are used as the show. For people with epilepsy, don't,
Right.
just letting you know that it's going to be a shock to your senses.
Yeah.
I read it as pyrotechnics and lasers not allowed. So I tapped the people, strangers, in front of me, and I was like, good thing I left them in the trunk. Good joke. He looked at me like I was from another planet, and I was like, dick. Then I read it again. I was like, oh, okay. So now we got to go in. We're walking in, and the guy and the girl, I'm first. And the girl's like, empty your pockets. So I have what feels like everything I own in my hands, and I'm balancing it like precariously.
Wallet, keys, phone.
3 things. But I'm freaked out.
Whoa.
So I'm holding it, and then she's like, you need to tip your hat. I tip it like a fucking cowboy. She goes, no, you need to take it off. And I was like, oh. So I put all my stuff down, all 3 of it.
In the hat.
And I take my hat and I put it down. She goes, you can put the hat back on. And I was like, fine. So I walk through the metal detector and I'm like, belt buckle is what I hear.
Yeah.
I look down at my belt buckle and she goes, no, you're fine. And she's pushing my stuff to me. And I was like, then who's being told? And I turn around. My boy back here, his belt buckle set it off. He's taking off his pants.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're all going,
Like he's in the process of actually
like
pulling them
his
down.
pants are coming off. Yeah, and they're like, no, sir, just your belt buckle. I was like, Cam, put your pants back on. Meanwhile, I'm
Because in
trying.
my head, I'm like, well, there is metal buttons on my jeans.
There is this big ass rod in my
So,
fucking pants.
They're like, even if these guys brought weapons in, they can't shoot them, so they just pushed us through. We
Yeah.
stand there for a minute while Cam redoes his pants, and then we're in this hall, and it looked like an Egyptian pyramid. And I'm like, if you ever been to the United Center, it's pretty decorative.
Mm.
And I was like, want a beer? And he's like, yes. So we go up to get a beer. So he's going to be a stand-up guy and buy his dad a beer.
Mm.
He's 20, and he's not buying a beer. And I was like, I got it. He goes, no, really, I got it. And I was like, seriously, now we're in line still arguing. And the lady's like, can I help you? And he's like, 2 Mick Ultras. Like that. And she looks at him and then looks at me. And I was like, 2 Mick Ultras. And he still doesn't get it. He goes, man, I was like, just, you're 20.
You're not old enough to do this.
So we go in, we finally make it to our seats, and it's jet black in there, but there's music, live music going on. You guys ever hear Walk the Moon, Shut Up and Dance with Me?
Shut up and dance
Yeah.
with me.
They're opening for Muse, but there's a huge lighting problem, so there's no lights on
There's no
stage.
lights, they're playing.
But Muse is like, we're going on at our time.
Show
Get the
goes
fuck
on.
out there.
Yeah.
So they're up there playing, and we're like, really kind of still PTSD from what just happened, and we're like,
It was a lot.
not
It was-
sure what's going on
Yeah.
because we can hear the band. We
no
know
one's explained to us that.
it's definitely live, and there's one fucking beam of light coming from the stage, and it's the spotlight, and it's shining up to the 3rd level. It's to the roof of the third level.
Nobody's around.
There's 2 people standing in the light, and you can make them out going like this.
And it's just on them, and there's nobody else around them.
They
and
can
they're like,
fucking move, but they're standing in there just, these are our seats. And you know the guy's like, great seats, John. You know? So we're dying over this. Then the lights come on, everything's fine, music comes out and they're playing. We get into the show, the reason we smoked in the first place.
Yeah.
And then we don't know when it happened, but this 40-foot skeleton appears and it's grabbing Matt, the lead singer from Muse. And we're like, Matt, no, Matt! Screaming. People around us are taking pictures of us. You know, it was a fucking travesty.
we were so fucked up. Dude.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So anyway, that's a perfect card.
Sounds like a fucking wild time.
Oh, it was an absolute blast. We had so much fun.
The only one time that I even went high to a concert, I was so scared that at the end of the line they were gonna check me for drugs. And it was a fucking festival. It's one of those things where it's like they don't really care if you
Like they will give you drugs if you don't have any on you.
Yeah, it's so loose, and I just kept panicking. I'm like, guys, they're gonna find that weed that's in my pocket, and the whole time that you get up there, they run the fucking wand thing over you, patch or they don't even patch it down, scoot you in.
I told you about the walking into hangout, right?
Yeah. Well, the best story was Jesus.
Oh yeah, the Jesus.
Jesus is looking for you.
Yeah.
As he's tripping balls.
That's an amazing story. But okay, I'm walking into this festival. My friends dropped me off, and they were like,
This is just you. He wasn't there.
No, that's when he grew up.
Yeah, it's
He didn't need a ride to the concert anymore.
Okay.
It was Post Malone anyway.
So I wanted to see this specific guy, and it was like really early in the festival day, and it was our second day, so they were still recovering from the night before, and I was like, fuck y'all, drive me there, drop me off, I want to go, right?
Yeah.
Well, they were like, fine.
And so after we untied her,
Yeah. So
we missed the best part. It was awesome.
So
Walks into a weird part.
yeah. So I was
my
fucking
gun in
this
his
nun.
nun's mouth.
So
So I got my penis laminated.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back, Sly.
Okay, great.
so
You'll see it later.
they dropped me off at this festival, and I'm like walking in, and they were like, hey, we don't all have to split the drugs up among us. You can just take all of them in there, right? For the whole day, right? Yeah, I was a donkey is exactly what it was. So I'm sitting there, and I'm fucking, my festival drip is hardcore, right? So
Yeah.
I'm sitting there.
Are you a
I'm
backpack guy?
Oh, yeah. Well,
And
yeah.
fanny pack.
No. Because, so, what?
The hell you ain't?
Well, I got the crossbody, not the fanny
I
pack.
got the crossbody.
That's a fanny bag. I mean, like,
I guess it is. If it's just
I'm
anyway,
talking about the lizard.
reoriented. Yes, honestly, yeah. Okay, maybe I am a fanny pack guy. Yeah, I'll stand on that. Anyway, I'm walking in and I'm not with anybody. So I'm carrying a backpack, wearing sunglasses. I look shady as fuck.
He looks like a
Being the
you look like the
only-
guy that you ask for
he looks
drugs.
like a plug.
yeah, and I'm the only one. Everybody else is so excited, walking in with their group, and I'm
Yeah.
sitting there.
Yeah,
I'm
drugs.
still hungover. You know what I mean? So I walk
They're
in,
thinking bomb, not drugs.
and anytime that I have drugs on me, I put them under my ball sack. Like I put them inside, in my
One
shorts.
suit
Right?
fit.
Yeah, it's all uncovered. Yeah. So, I'm walking in, and the guy's like, he's like, whoa. He's like, let me talk to you to the side real quick. I'm like, okay, cool.
You're not my bad. You're not like high or anything at this point. Are you
He's
like
hungover.
You're just hungover?
I'm hungover, trying to be on the come up. So
Okay.
yeah, and anyway, so I walk in. He pulls me aside. It's a full blown cop. Like it's a cop, right?
Yeah.
He's got the vest on, the whole
Yeah.
thing, right? And he's like, what are you doing here? I was like, I'm here for the festival. And he's like,
No
he's,
shit.
yeah, right. and yeah, and he's like, he goes, okay, yeah, I know that, but like, where's your people? Do you have it? And I was like, yeah, they just haven't showed up yet. And he's like, okay. He's like, what are you really doing here? And I'm like, I'm here to see 318 Aiden. Like, I don't know what you want, you know? And he goes, and actually, I'm pretty cool with the guy. I was like, you know, my name's Cameron, man. You know, how's your day going? All this shit, you know. And he's a fucking asshole, right? And anyway, he's like, you don't care that I pat you down, do you? I'm like, no. And he's like, before I do, I'm gonna give you one shot. He said, if you got anything on you, he said, it needs to go in that trash can right there. He goes, nothing will happen to you. I said, so cogs start moving, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, every part of me is like, let me just throw this shit away, right?
Yeah.
And I got a lot of stuff on me, right? In my pants. And I'm like, but then also I'm the evil. I'm Satan. If everyone comes through, and I'm like, I threw away our drugs.
I'm sorry, guys. I threw everything away.
I threw away the good time.
Yeah,
It's gone.
and we're talking about like 9 people, you know? So I'm like, nah, man, nothing on me. And he's like, all right. And he pats me down. And I'm like, cool. I'm like, are we good? And he's like, you don't have anything on you. I was like, don't know what to tell you, man. You know, and he goes, all right. He goes, stay out of trouble. And he lets me go, right? Right after that, I was like on the come up. And I was like, woo! Fuck the cops! Like you know,
Like right after you got away from him, basically?
Yes, immediately.
Where he could hear you still?
Yeah. No. Like,
okay,
I got
okay.
away from him.
Okay.
But no, I went to like a random group of people and told them exactly what happened. Like, I was like,
He's like, Molly, let's go!
But thinking back on it, that was so fucking stupid, bro. So stupid.
What do you think? I mean, well, I guess because you didn't.
Well, I was like, he's not gonna grab my nuts.
I guess yeah, and I guess because you weren't.
Yeah.
Well,
That'd be
and
my
don't
mindset.
they like if it's a male cop, aren't they technically allowed to? Isn't
They
it?
are.
If it's the same sex, it's like if it was a female cop, she's
It
not
costs
allowed
you
to.
extra.
He-
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I zoned
Yeah.
out.
Those aren't usually cops, are they? I didn't know those were usually
They
cops.
dress up as cops sometimes.
well, I was like thinking, I was like, there's a long ass line behind me. I'm like, you know, I don't think this guy's gonna.
Well,
spend
the
this
other
kind
thing
of
too
time on
is
me.
you don't know that he's gonna let you throw it away and let you go.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought too. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
could-
pull this shit out, and he's gonna fucking.
I'm gonna ruin everybody's
Right.
time, and I could possibly still go to jail. I
Yeah.
got a better chance of walking away from here. I've already stuck to my story. Deny.
Exactly. Like I was like,
And then you can always play dumb. How the fuck did that get there? When the fuck did we get out?
Somebody stuffed him.
dude, I just woke up out of that van over there. I don't fucking know.
Do I look like I know where I'm at right now, dude?
Yeah. No, that was sketchy. Oh my god. Never have I ever rocked mutton chops.
Participated in a large riot.
That's crazy. You just pulled that one because I just pulled a never have I ever rocked a Speedo. Have you guys ever wore a Speedo in public?
No.
I've never wore a Speedo in general, but like,
I like how you changed your whole story. You
yeah.
ever wore one in public? So back to the 8 tube or whatever.
Anyway.
I had my Speedo on.
I was fully naked.
And your mom,
Cooking
did you
bacon.
think your mom didn't
I
know?
put the fucking clothes back. I didn't.
Really?
Dude, it's gone. It's
My
gone.
mom
Don't bring it
helped
back
me
up.
finish.
Don't bring it
Have
back
you
up. Don't
looked?
bring it back. For the website?
Yeah.
See if it's still up?
Yeah.
I haven't.
You need to.
I should. I should, right.
And if Obama still comes up,
Yeah, I have a bad experience with him hacking my computer, so.
fainted during a blood test or medical procedure?
Yes.
Yes, I have too.
Yes.
And the guy
Oh.
tried to make me feel better. He's like, "Oh, I didn't look at your running shoes. You're an athlete." I'm like, "Bro, I'm 230 pounds. I'm not a runner." I'm like,
Was that with your eye? Yeah, I remember that.
done.
I passed out the first time I got a tattoo. Only time I got a tattoo. I passed out.
Really?
Probably 30 minutes into the tattoo, I
Where
started.
at?
That's an even no, okay, in somebody's shed in their backyard.
Where at
You
in
got
my body?
that
Oh, this tattoo, my one and only that you see all the time.
You got that tatted in
in
a
a
shed?
So I guess this brings up a couple stories. Brings up a couple.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, and it's Eminem lyrics. It's from Stan. It says, "Put your picture on my wall. It reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad." It was basically it's over dramatic. It's over
You know that's not
dramatic.
Eminem's part, right?
I know it's not Eminem's part, but it is from, for me, an Eminem song, Stan. Where that originates from doesn't matter to me. It's from Stan by Eminem. To me. That's what it means.
tattoo, man.
So, it was because I was moving away from my family.
Did Stan do it? In your
Look,
shed?
I was moving away from my family, and my mom had gave me a picture of her to keep at the house. So I kept a house of her. It's a little cringy, but I got a tattoo that was just and she didn't die or anything, but I got it because of my mom. So, anyways, so don't fucking make fun of it, asshole. So
You didn't get mom with a heart.
You could have just got mom and not passed out in a shed.
I probably still would have passed out, but.
Why?
So, anyways, everybody at my school had this guy in Dallas Fort Worth that was doing tattoos for a good price,
Obviously.
and everybody was like, "He's really good." I seen someone was working all that, and I was like, "Cool, he looks good, cool." So I brought him something that I had actually made myself, and I was like, "Here, I want you to sketch this out, and I want you to tattoo this." So we're in the middle of the hood and somewhere in Fort Worth, and we're walking up to this house, and I'm like, "Oh, I thought we were going to a shop," and they're like, "No," he's like. He does it out of the shed in the back. And I'm like, oh, okay. Is it clean? Are the needles clean? Like, what you would expect to ask somebody if you're going to somebody's shed to get a tattoo.
He might have had actually some blunt needles.
Some blunt needles?
Blunt needles.
He may have punished you for getting a K tattoo.
No, if he punished me, it would have been for something else, which is coming here in a second. So anyways.
You can't even got popcorn?
These motherfuckers. Anyways, it's not that great of a story. But, so I'm getting my tattoo, and he just had a bunch of people in there smoking weed. It was just like that type of spot. So everybody's in there blowing weed. I'm high at that point. I'm too high. So I'm getting anxious, a little nervous. I'm getting the tattoo 30 minutes in, and all of a sudden I start getting lightheaded. You know how you do when you pass out. I completely black out, wake back up, and everybody's fucking looking at me. And there's 20 people in this shed. 3 of those people I know. The rest of them, they're just looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. And I'm like, okay. I apparently passed out and started fucking seizing in the chair. I guess I had a whole ass. Yeah, it's funny. I had a seizure, I guess, in the chair. So I wake back up and I'm like, yo, whoa. And they're like, yo, you good? I needed water. I needed to cool down. I was just a little overstimulated. So we'll back up. I'm like, yeah, cool. Yeah, keep going. He's like, you good, bro? And I'm like, yeah, keep going, keep going. So anyways, gives me the tattoo. We leave. And I look at the tattoo later, and I'm still not super proud of it because I still feel like he didn't do his best work. But
it's hard when you're jumping around like an epileptic.
He's like, stay still.
Not so. Just fucking
stop moving.
Not so bad.
It's bad. So, anyways, then later, my hypothesis is that he liked my girlfriend, and that's why he charged me more for the tattoo than what he charged other people when I started consulting people about what they were charged for their tattoos.
Yeah, because it's smart to do after.
He charged me more, and
let me do my due diligence.
Well, I brought $100, and I was like, dude, I got $100, and he was like, yeah, that'll work, and I was like, cool.
Oh, yeah, you got your ass.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an 18-year-old kid. I'm much smarter than that now, hopefully. But anyways, so yeah, he got me for that, and then later my girlfriend went back, and he was like hitting on her, asking for a number. So I have like this whole thing that he like didn't try his best on my tattoo because he really liked my girlfriend at the time. So yeah, nothing super like crazy, but.
What was that card that sparked that?
Where the fuck
Or a
did
Speedo in public.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. So you left a big part of the story out.
Dude, he fucked me up on my first tattoo. Big time.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do I mean?
I told him anyway. I didn't want him to get a tattoo, and so he went and got one. And
Do you have any tattoos?
No.
Mr. Band in the 90s, piercing, still has a tongue ring.
I know I wasn't tripping. I knew there was something. I thought you were bouncing a ball around.
There's something about your mouth.
boy.
He told me forever that he was like, do not get a tattoo.
I was like, tattoos forever. You can always take out piercings and whatnot, But so he comes home. Drew was in town. You guys know, did they need a horse?
No.
Okay.
I do not.
So Drew is my black son, and I love him.
He's my brother.
He's his brother.
I think.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's when you're talking
So,
about last.
Drew has tattoos, and I give him shit because he got Simba. It's supposed to be a mean lion, but it looks like Lion King on And so he comes in town, and his girlfriend's there, and they come back, and my son's chest is bandaged up. And I was like, motherfuckers.
No. I told you in the truck because I was like, hey, Dad, I know I tell you everything. I feel guilty about keeping this from you.
Mhm.
I got a tattoo. Next question out of his mouth was, where? I said, right side of my chest.
And I came this close.
You did! You hit me! You didn't just come this close. He went, wham!
Let me finish my statement.
Bro.
I came this close to punching you in the face.
Oh.
Instead, I smacked your tattoo.
Dude. Oh my God, it hurts so. You know how bad it is
Yeah.
afterwards, right?
Yeah.
And like,
Oh, he don't. He was passed out.
oh my God.
During.
Dude, so he doesn't talk to me for like 2 days. Right?
So Drew comes in. He goes, Pops. I was like, get out of my face, Drew. He goes, no, man, you got to understand. I said, I don't want to talk to you right now. And he's like, no, man, you have to understand what it is. I don't give a fuck what it is.
he has no idea what it is.
Get away. So, like, third day, he comes up and he goes, we good? I said, are we? And he's like,
On some bitch shit.
he's like,
On
some bitch shit.
on some bitch shit.
so, he's like, you want to see it? I said, not really. And he goes, you got to see it. He got the Cairo, y'all. It represents Jesus Christ. Everything begins and ends in Christ. It's like, and I just looked at him and I was like, you can't even rebel right. You're supposed to get like Snoopy smoking a joint or something you'll regret. You got the sign of Christ on your chest. I'm actually touched. I'm in love with it. And to top it off, 2 weeks earlier, my daughter, his little sister, drew it on his chest with a Sharpie. I got a picture of him showing me the tattoo.
Exactly where it was.
Drawn, and it's exactly what she had drawn because she's a bit of an artist or autistic artist. Both. And so,
The clicking was amazing.
so they, it's actually really, really cool, and I had to eat my words.
And we actually saw it on the Discovery Channel together, which is what inspired it. Because I was like, I love that. And what I did, right, I always told myself, I was like, I'm actually, if I'm ever going to get a tattoo, I want to be in love with it. I had it, a printed out, cut out thing that I had on my desk for a long time. I don't think it was a full year, but it was a long time where I would look at it every day, right? And I was like, if at some predetermined time of when I'm going to get the tattoo, if I still like it, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I did. So I was like, and it's the only tattoo I got, you know, like.
That's a smart way to do it. I was very just rebellious, and that was the reason that I got a tattoo. That's
Wait
actually.
a minute, I thought it was for your mom. How can you be rebellious?
It was for
and
my
professional
mom,
love
but
for your
I had to
mom?
think of something good to do for it. But the whole point of me getting a tattoo in the first place was because I wanted to have a tattoo. I just knew that as soon as I turned 18, I wanted to do that. Like, because I just felt rebellious doing it. That was just kind of my.
Does your dad have tattoos?
He has one that I remember, and it's a bald eagle on his.
When's the last time you saw your dad?
He loves Metallica.
He's got Ride the Lightning.
No, I see him all the time, but he always
He's got
wears.
Eddie from Iron Maiden on his back.
He always wears button down shirts, so
Alright,
he
revenge
never
sex.
really
Stories? Anybody?
revenge sex.
Yeah.
Key.
Oof.
Well, that was you were revenging against the girl. That doesn't count, does it?
Oh.
You were grudge fucking the girl that you wanted to get revenge on. Revenge sex.
Austin's Alexis.
Okay.
So revenge sex. Oof.
I got 2 sets of sisters. You talk about fucking up Thanksgiving. I fucked up Thanksgiving.
Oh man.
No. I mean, I guess the closest thing I have to that.
Was Abe too.
I have to be careful with that. I know I have to be very careful with the way that I say this. There was this girl that I was with, and we had split up. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to go smash this girl. And then come to find out, the girl was a fucking hooker, bro. Like, we were like getting there to the point and everything.
Wait,
My-
what? There was some missing
Stories.
context
Yeah.
there.
Bro,
You got
like,
some stories today, dude.
I'm being careful with the details I
You're
give
being
out.
mean today.
What
So,
the fuck? How do you accidentally end up with a hooker?
right. Right.
That wasn't
right,
a right.
right.
It's a
No,
question.
right.
Not
Because
rhetorical.
here's the thing. I had started
Spell it.
look. So I had started talking to this girl with my intentions of being.
Tame
I just
her.
want to have sex. That was it.
Mhm.
No, I was just I want to have sex.
And you
So-
use your $100 from your tattoo.
No, no. So me and my girlfriend at the time broke up. I'm talking to this other girl, trying to get my dick wet, just trying to whatever. We end up linking up and everything. We're hanging out, and I'm just kind of like, the way that she portrayed herself to me was not, I'm a hooker, you can pay me for sex. It wasn't that. She was straight up like playing into it as in, oh, you're cute, boom, boom, like she wants to have sex with me too. So I'm like, this is awesome, cool.
It's a hooker, dude.
But a hooker tells you what their prices are.
No, they act like they just so enamored with you.
I mean, sure, but it wasn't. She didn't play it out like that. And this is my
She
first
assumes
dealing.
you know she's a hooker.
Yeah.
I met her online, like on social media,
Oh,
on Instagram. On
then
Instagram,
same.
she followed me on Instagram. I followed her back.
Craigslist.
I mean, I could see.
Ape Tube comments it.
No, I really do feel like she was fucked up for the way that she did it. I mean, I get it that she has to get her money, but
All right,
still,
all right.
no.
Let's go to the end. Did you hit it and then she wanted money?
No, I was down. It was down to the point where I had my pants off. We're about to get busy, and then she was like, "So how much money do you have?" And then I was like, "What do you mean?"
Trying to run the pockets.
Yeah, she was like, "How much money do you have?" And then I just was like, "What?" And she was like, "What? Like
You
2,
need to be
3,
chaperoned.
400?" And I was like, "I ain't got no fucking money, and I've never paid for sex in my life. You think I'm paying for this?" And she was like, "I got to get my money somehow." And then she started saying this shit like, "I can make myself come," all that. She doesn't need sex. I'm like, "Oh, you're a prostitute." I was like, "All right, well, let's." You can just put your clothes back on and put mine back on. I'll take you home and that's it. We're good. So we ended up not doing it. Cause no, I wasn't. I've never.
I mean, you get I'd be like, all right, where's the nearest ATM? Like, we're here.
Have you ever said those 3 little words first? Not my butt.
Yes.
I have not. No.
Have you ever had sex with a boss?
Yes. And she had to fire me.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Hannah.
Oh, I remember that.
I've had sex with a boss too, man. I've been the boss and
Both of them while you were working for them. Obviously, you had to get fired.
Yeah, she had
So,
to fire me.
were you working for your boss at the time when?
Hell yeah, he was. He was working it hard.
it's putting in some work, man.
Yeah.
Putting in a little
Overtime.
Overtime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it sounds like it.
OT.
well.
I
Paid well, it was worth
had
it,
sex with
okay.
a boss.
On the titties.
No, I never.
I'd hope not. I know all your bosses.
Yeah, they're all.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Weird.
all of my bosses were not hit worthy, so yeah, no.
I made out with a lesbian one time because she wanted to know what it was like to kiss with a tongue ring, and I tried to be the bigger man and play it down. I'm like, yo, I was like, look, we work together. This doesn't have to be weird. And she goes, oh, honey, I'm gay. I'm like, oh, I feel like the idiot walking out of dry storage at Red Lobster. Thank you very much.
Just do it.
This is fucking.
Space out driving and mixture exit. I ended up in Iowa and I was going to Illinois. Does that count?
Red Star Heineken
Really?
as well. You.
That's real. The Red Star is real. Dated someone who's given bad head. I don't consider us dating, but
That is crazy though. I did have a girl who gave me such bad head that I started laughing while she was giving me head, and I had to explain it to her.
Oh,
that's,
that
when
was
you,
hard.
that's when you just fart on her.
you know who I'm talking
I didn't have one ready.
Oh, stinky.
Bro,
Who's
all
We don't even-
about
I don't
it
even
was
know her
bad,
name.
bro. All about it was bad. So I met this. So I had a girl that flew into Louisiana or drove from Alabama to come to Mardi Gras to hang out with me.
Yeah.
And we had not talked in a long time.
Oh, you
Yep.
talk. You haven't seen.
Yes, we haven't seen each other in a minute. And God bless her. She has diabetes. And she was cute. And
Still is.
she's very cute. Yes.
Yeah.
She's very cute.
Okay.
She just diabetes got her. You know what I mean? So got her. He got her. So it was it was destiny. You know what I mean? So she comes into town and I'm like, ooh.
Natural selection.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh. So we go to
She's
Mardi
on
Gras.
Ape too.
Yeah, she's now on Ape Tube. Check her out. So
Hashtag the diabetes got.
Shut up.
We're about at that point of the episode, guys.
Yeah, if you made it this far, you probably don't give a fuck. So, so she comes into town. It's Mardi Gras, and we go to this party, right? And I'm like, she's all over me, and I'm like, not into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel bad that, you know, I'm not into it, but I'm pretty honest, right? I'm like, look, you know, at
You're
this
fat.
point, yeah, pretty much. But like,
got this thing
I
on
don't
your
say that she does.
Dude,
Man. She's got the
no,
phone.
no, no.
Yeah,
Easy.
chill, bro.
No, man.
My bad.
So-
Too far? What the fuck?
The problem is it's true. So like, that's where it hurts. Most.
Took
It's
it
not
off
funny.
to fit the dress and then passed out.
No, stop. That was a whole nother story. Yes,
She started.
we went to. Oh,
No, okay.
no.
So,
No.
I'm so sorry.
So-
Ever hooked up with someone from the wedding party?
She's such a sweetheart.
Finish it.
Yeah, don't.
Okay.
You're red as fuck.
So,
Guys, you ever donated sperm?
I haven't actually.
Bro, you know how much they paid for that shit, bro? I seen
Oh,
this fucking guy.
like- Oh, donated like that? No.
Life juice.
No, there was this guy.
I donated a lot of sperm.
There was a guy talking about it.
I.e.,
There was a guy on a YouTube short that I seen that
Does the
had,
face count?
Don't ever call me a donation.
but he was saying they paid
Don't ever call me a donation.
like a couple $100 for a fucking shot of your load, bro.
So did that girl.
Yeah, she wasn't hunted for that.
You were having to pay to donate it. That's not how it works.
As
Ma'am,
soon
aren't you
as
in
you
the
take
wrong?
your pants off, Obama.
Ma'am, aren't you in the wrong place?
All right.
I'm so glad you didn't
We're
ask
going
me
off the
afterwards.
rails. We're going off the rails.
Dude, could you imagine if she asked afterwards? Her pimp was walking in at that point.
Yeah. No, a pimp
strong
named
hand.
Slickback.
No,
Name
about
doesn't
that though.
name
Yeah, when I took her home, I definitely was clutching my shit because I was scared that she was gonna. She was
Rob
sitting
you.
in my car when I was dropping her off for a long second, and I was like,
yeah.
"You can go." And she's like, we were mad at we were upset with each other at this point because I'm like, "You're a bitch for not telling me you're a fucking hooker," and then I was just like, "Get out of my car, like go
Alright,
home."
so I had a buddy of mine, Lance Klingler, and we used to hang out at this little dive bar. And the conversation started because you ever been with a prostitute? No, none of you know. And then when it got deeper as the beers were going on, I was like, "So how much is a blowjob? Like for real?"
Is it reasonably priced?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it $40? $100? Is it $10? I mean,
Right.
so it was an ongoing joke, an ongoing
Depends.
thing. So I'm walking, not depends, I was just losing a moment. But they we're walking home from
I had to get that.
I'm walking home from Red Lobster after closing one night because my truck was broke. A whole nother story. I flipped it off of interstate.
All right.
But I'm walking home and this girl comes across Texas Street and she's like, "Hey, need some company?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Where are you going?" I said, "Texas and Hamilton," which is an awesome part of the neighborhood. Right, exactly. And so she's like, "Cool." And so we're walking. She goes, "What are you doing later?" I said, "I'm going to bed. I gotta be up and at my real job at 6." And she goes, "Oh, that sucks. I didn't know if you wanted to party." And obviously this chick's a hook.
Yeah.
So we walk a while.
Luckily.
Don't say yeah. You wouldn't know.
Yeah,
you
luckily-
you don't know. So we're
I mean,
walk-
this sounds like a fucking hooker. Mine
So
sounds
we're-
like a girl I met online.
But this
Like,
is even better because we're walking. I was like, she's like, "Well, I'm gonna head back," and I was like, "Okay, cool. Thanks for the company and whatnot." And she's like, "Cool. Have a good night." She heads back the other way, and I'm like, "Hey, excuse me." I said, "I have to ask." I said, "Me and a friend of mine have been having an argument about this." I was like, "How much does it cost for a blowjob?" And she looked me dead in the eye and she goes, "What do you think? I'm a hooker?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she walked off offended.
Offended, yeah.
But I still don't know how much a blowjob costs.
so you don't know your hookers either. It's like we're in the same boat.
She was a hooker, dude. She thought I was a cop or something. That's the funny part is like she
Maybe. How do you know she was a hooker?
who okay. Your situational awareness is
Explain how she was a hooker.
Never
She-
have I ever drank the beer pong water cup.
I'm saying we're playing from the same battleground. Like, come on.
She walked across the street and asked if basically
Water
what I was doing later. Do I want
Here,
some company?
maybe, you know.
She was a hooker.
Right.
Doesn't mean she's a hooker.
Explain where that ever happens. and it's not a hooker.
Never have I ever had sex in a
I've never
graveyard.
met a hooker like that. So other than that instance that I had, so
Okay.
I feel like it happens pretty often.
Had no choice but to simply piss your pants. I've tried.
Tried
I can't.
Try, dude.
with
tried.
that one meat.
Emily
No.
pissed
Nope.
on the line.
No.
It's easier for girls.
Almost
man.
did.
It has to be.
Killed my pet by accident.
Yep.
My sister
Twice.
killed
Twice.
accidentally
Poor pet.
ran over my dog, man.
Poor Trixie.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah.
Did the dog survive?
You did what?
My sister did. She ran over.
So
like,
you
was
guys
just
had the same
smacking
driving
her.
instructor.
Yeah.
You guys in
That's good.
reverse. I swear to God.
The audience.
I didn't hear the
knows.
first part of that story. What'd you say?
My sister ran over our dog.
My
No. No. No.
Forbidden
No.
story.
I want to thank everybody for joining us. Damn.
You have to tell it now. You have to tell it.
No.
Off record. I'll cut it out. I'll cut it out.
I don't trust.
I swear.
No.
I swear.
No.
Fuck, dude.
I'm sorry.
Damn. You are just fuck. Boom. I'm glad you like them Nikes. How do they taste?
I'm sorry.
The diabetes got her, then you're going to jump on with that story. No. I'm playing dad.
Sounds like we're not getting that
Stop
story.
myself.
I can't.
We cannot.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Fair
When
enough.
we tell you off camera,
You're gonna be
know
like,
why.
okay, yeah.
You'll be like,
Okay.
yeah, you would have cut it anyway, but I don't need that out there in the ether.
Okay.
I'm serious. I mean,
Yeah, understandable. We all have those
And
stories.
I'm
every
sorry,
now and then.
I
and
was-
those who know already know, so the damage is done. But the
Okay.
people that do know probably are not watching. So
Okay.
I was gonna talk about when I'm back to New York on the Civic.
I got that on video.
Dude, I threw a fit. So I bought a brand new car. It was my first new car.
It was slick.
Honda Civic SI 2019.
Okay.
Bright red. Backing up, our fucking neighbor parks right in front of our driveway.
In the road,
Yeah,
not on the curb.
In the
Okay.
road. Yeah. I hit it. Right? I'm like, fuck, throwing a fit.
Oh, it was a straight.
It was a fit, yeah.
Mm.
He
It's on
caught
the
it on the
ring
ring to camera, yeah. And I pull up and I swing open my door and okay, hold on. It's a coupe door. And you know, coupe doors are like boats,
Yeah.
bro, when you open them up, right? I sling it open. It smacks his truck. Right?
Damn.
Big ass dent in his truck.
Ugh.
And I it immediately stops my fit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and I go, I look over and I look around.
And he made this instant decision. This didn't happen.
Yep.
You're like
Bulldog.
double. Nah, I'm out. I'm
So
out.
I see a door ding, and there's two things that'll piss me off: a door ding and hang it up on me. And I see this door ding in my truck, and I lose my shit. And I ask everybody with vigor, "Who fucking hit my truck? Who hit my truck?" And everybody denies it.
Mm.
And so I asked Cam, and he's like, "Man, I don't even live there. I don't know what you're talking about." And I was like,
That sold it. I don't even live there.
"Fucking ring, buddy." I pull it up, and there's Cameron backing into the vehicle and slamming the door into my side of my truck. And I was like, you know what? He just wrecked his car. He gets a pass. But he lied about it.
He didn't
bro.
get on my ass, but
And then he acted like he didn't know. And I played the video. You see him.
I looked at it. I
He
was like,
looked at it hard, knew he fucked up,
I was
then
like-
went back to being pissed about his car. So.
yeah.
In fact, if you're editing things in, I've got that video.
I would. Cool.
Did you give him the moonshine picture?
Yeah, I sent
The
it.
paint can?
It never made it in there.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think.
I'm just asking.
I think that was that post after I did it, or I
It was
probably.
way after. Yeah, it was way after.
Yeah, I sent it probably after you already edited it.
Yeah.
It was just validation that it really happened.
Yeah.
I remember I made the our group chat picture of that for a minute.
Did you?
It looked
Yeah.
so
It's still
funny.
that. It's still that.
It is.
Yeah.
He's just like.
That's great.
No, I'm talking about
Locked your keys in the car while it was running. My dogs have locked me out twice.
yeah.
I've locked my keys in the car. It wasn't running. I was running actually.
What?
Yeah. So
What?
Context.
Right. Let me give you context. So we
You went
was
for a
in
run,
high
you
school.
left the key.
Right. So
Oh.
this was in high school.
I thought you like run
Right.
from the cops. And
I was running.
I thought this was another band story.
No. Oh,
Shit,
God.
shit.
I got a couple of those, man. Nah, so me and some buddies, we got up one Saturday morning. It was like, let's go running. Fuck it. We all hop in my car, go to the park, start running, whatever, having a good time. Like, all right, guys, let's go get some food. You know. We get to my car. I'm like, all right, guys, you guys got my keys? Like, nah, bro.
Yeah, and
You're
their,
driving. Like,
their
why would I
answer
have
is,
your
"Why
keys?
the fuck would
Why
I
would-
have your keys?"
Yeah. I'm like,
We always ask though. Always ask.
Oh wait.
No worries. I'm sure I didn't lock it.
No, but they did.
Yeah. Looking like we're fucking looking. Guy goes around, looks in the passenger seat, like sees the keys in the ignition. Fuck, man, that's it, man. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. They're like,
What kind of car?
So it's my first car.
Oh,
It was a Kia Rio, 2001 Kia Rio.
Wow.
Yeah. So we we got the great idea to slide down the window, right?
Yeah, that didn't
In
break
the back.
anything.
Oh no.
No.
We got maybe 4 or 5 inches. We're like, oh yeah, we can slip in. Guy reaches his hand in,
Yeah.
shatters the window.
Damn.
Ever woken up with a new tattoo? You know you have.
I used to a couple years ago I was door dashing and I had stopped at this house which weirdly enough had 2 dashers at it. Me and this other girl both had deliveries to this house. Don't know why, but she's dropping off her order.
She was
Cool.
okay.
I go drop off my order, and then I'm walking back to my car and she's like, "Hey, I left my keys in my car," and her car is running and everything. And we're like, "Oh." I was like, "Okay, you should probably, call somebody to come fit that lock or something, there's people who are trained to do that shit." And she was like, "I don't have the money." Like, she was door dashing. She was like, "I don't have the money to even pay for any of that." And I was like, "Okay, what do you want me to do?" She was like, "Do you want to, like, break the window?" And I was like, "Give me permission to break the window?" And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay." Here's where we were fucking stupid. And I this was a learning experience. If you have to break a fucking window, don't do the small window in the back.
They cost the most.
They cost the most because they're the hardest to get because of the size or whatever the fuck it is. Anyway, so there's a fucking brick laying on the side of the driveway. So I'm like, that'll help. Grab that. I think I tried kicking it first, but my foot was too big. So I grabbed the brick. I'm like, all right. Slam it a couple times, and then finally that bitch breaks. My fucking hand goes through there. I mean, I get fucking glass all up my arm. Well, about halfway up my forearm, but all in my hand and shit. And before I did this, I asked her probably 3 times, "Are you giving me permission to break this window?" Making sure that she wouldn't sue me or whatever. She was like, "I have to go. Like, please just break it so I can leave." Cool. Did it. Got her out of there. And then there was this old lady walking her dog passing by. And she's just, as she's walking, judging us. She's like, "Oh my God, why didn't you just call somebody? You should have just called somebody. Oh my God." And she just keeps random girl, whatever. That was weird. And then,
Yeah, pointless.
and then I just went home. Oh, I thought it was funny.
Okay.
But then I went home and I had blood all on my arm. My mom cleaned me up and everything. And she was like, "You're fucking stupid for doing that." But that's what the girl wanted me to do. She told me to do it. Now I know if I ever have to do that for somebody else again, I'll do the big window and not the small one.
Has anyone here ever had to retrieve something out of shit?
I had a guy come get me because he shit in his hat.
Oh, I know that's
I
Like-
think he told us that story.
Like, I'm going to be able to help. I was like, "Dude,
Wait,
what do you want me to do?"
Is that?
the basic training.
Yeah, okay.
The dude just dropped trout and shit in his own hat.
No, the closest thing I have is when I face planted and shit.
Oh,
I was riding my dirt bike and fucking hit a pot. I hit a fucking hole and went nose diving and my fucking face went straight into horse manure. Yeah,
Nice.
my dad loves that story. Yeah, because he watched it, so he just remembers it every time I tell him it.
Have you ever had the sudden urge to run away and join the circus?
I have not.
Every fucking day.
I live in a circus.
Woke up with a new tattoo? Like, for real, you only have one? I mean, we
Yeah,
know you
there's
woke
one.
up
There's one.
during it.
Yeah,
I woke up with an eye ring.
Oh,
really.
Yeah, a guy said he saw my tongue and he's like the bar owner, and we had like a $400 bar tab, the band, and they said, I said, yeah, I really want to get this. And he's like, man, if you ever do that shit, it's like 94, 95. And he's like, if you ever do that shit, you come in here and you drink free all night. I was like, wait a minute. I get an eye ring and you buy our beer, buy our drinks. And he's like, absolutely. And so I got the soberest person to drive me to Psycho Studios on Texas Street, cover grown Carla, pierce my eye. I run back to the bang. I'm like, bang. And he picked up the bar tab. He wiped it clean. And I was like, cool. Woke up the next morning and my peripheral, I see this ball right here. Thought it was a bug on me. And I smacked it. Yeah. The whole night came back in a rush.
Never have I ever brought something on a flight that I knew might get me arrested.
No.
Nope. I was a good boy and I ditched it. It was a bunch of weed from Arizona. I didn't want to take it on the flight. Our friend, you know him as well.
EDC.
He did it.
Oh.
And he...
Flew with it?
Did you get caught?
No. TSA was like, they were like, hey, step to the side, pulled them to the side.
Well,
and it was just because of some bottles in there.
Nikki
But it
did.
wasn't for the... They didn't find it.
Yeah, I was throwing you all off.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
What?
Never have I
We
ever...
bought drugs on a flight.
I think you just did. Never have I ever told my parents they belong to a friend. Nikki did it.
They did. They did. Yeah. It was our shit, but... Yep.
Have you ever jumped from the roof
But-
into a pool?
I
Yes.
honestly was not worried about it because
I've jumped from the roof to a
Yeah,
trampoline. Sorry. I'm
Finish.
sorry.
You're good. You're good. Finish. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
moving
that
on.
just-
Moving on. It's cool.
I heard the question. I immediately thought.
I probably shouldn't say it. So
Okay. So I saved you. Jumped from a roof into a pool.
To a trampoline, yes.
I was always nervous about it.
I was too.
I don't think I would. I'd jump from a trampoline to a pool.
Yeah.
But
A
never.
bunch.
The house that I did it off of, the fucking pool was literally right up against the house. So it was like you couldn't miss unless you slipped.
I jumped off the
Yeah.
balcony at a hotel into the hotel pool
Oh my
and
How
misjudged
far?
it. Whatever that is,
Misjudged
20
it?
feet. I misjudged it and I went through a palm tree before I hit the pool. I'm lucky it didn't throw me back onto the deck. Hit the
Yeah.
palm tree, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not my proudest moment.
I've never heard that story.
Hit on a teacher.
Mm.
I never had the balls
Does your
to
mom
do it.
count? You can just hit a teacher. Sorry, I love you.
I never had the balls to do it. I had so many teachers I wanted to hit on. I still. Oh, never mind.
Shop. Shop teacher, that guy with the 9 fingers. He can pick up the stroke with that.
I wasn't scared to do it to him, but
Yeah.
Oh God! Basked in my own smelly fart.
Oh,
That's so funny.
all the time.
I literally just hooked up, delivered a silent but deadly in a crowded room and asked who farted.
I have done that.
I claim them every time. I sit there and wait. I'm
Yeah.
like, you got that?
I try to make sure people can hear him. I'm always proud of how loud it is.
Well, after prison, you can't hear them anymore. It's like the cool breeze. Every time I fart, it's like a poem starting.
Well, on that
I think
that this has been fun.
the rails are off.
The rails are off. I think if we continue, stories are gonna be told that don't need to be told.
Hang on, hit at someone on at a funeral. Hey, baby, I
No.
noticed you're single.
No.
Oh, God damn.
I was grieving at the one fucking
Whoa.
2 funerals I've been to.
Anyway,
Nice.
sorry. I was nervous at both the funerals I've been to.
Wrap us up, bro. It's time to go.
Things are getting crazy. Thank you so much if you have joined us this far, and if not, still thank you. Somehow we got for your For You page, or we got to your recommended. We appreciate it, man. We'll catch you next week. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. It really helps us out. You know, we're trying to grow, but we're not doing this for you.
It's always funny. I love it.
Till next week, be a good one. You know what that feels like. And we'll see you around.
Thank
Peace.
you guys.
Peace.